in review. You see here is our final roster: Jason Terry, Walter Tavares, Orlando Johnson, Axel Tupon, Lorenzo Brown, Greg Smith, Mike Toby, Cliff Alexander, J.J. O'Brien, Jarrell Eddy, Luis Montero, R.J. Hunter, Chasen Randall, Aaron Harrison, Eric Moreland from the D-League Canton Charge. So you see here, that was our team. Here's a final looking at our staff. We had Milan Mack at head coach. Assistant coach was Michael Odom. At the head scout position, we do have Mitch Early. Very good job this year scouting. We will go over that at a later date. We also here had Eddie Hughes as our trainer. Assistant GM was Kevin Hamilton. Great to have him around. And our CFO was Jonathan Vincent. See here, we are looking at some of the coaches that we could potentially pull from. Names that come to mind, obviously, Rick Carlisle, if we could buy him out. Like him a lot. Kevin McHale, if we could pull him, but he already signed with the Lakers. Very interesting there. So it'll be interesting to see what we could do. Here, let's take a look at the overall player statistics. Let's see wherever that is. I think that is right here. We'll take a look. See, Cliff Alexander did lead our team in points per game with 14.8 on the season. Very, very solid number here out of him. Did like what we saw. He averaged 7 rebounds a game, just under 1.5 assists a game, 1 steal a game, and 1.5 blocks per game. Shot an excellent 55% from the field. Shot a 76% from the free throw line in 28 minutes per game. And points allowed per game was about 10.5, so he was positive on the season for his points. Next coming in, Jason Terry, the 6th man. Obviously did not play in a ton of games this year with that pinched nerve in back. 26 games played, averaged 14 points a game. Solid 2 rebounds a game, 3 assists per game coming off the bench. Did not shoot the best from the field, 35%, and from 3 shot 30% only. You see that age and injury was catching up to him, but he did shoot 82% from the free throw line in 20 minutes a game off the bench. Orlando Johnson, a big building piece going forward. Orlando Johnson had 13.5 points a game, 2 rebounds a game, 4.5 assists per game, 1 steal a game. A little high in the turnovers per game with 2.7. Shot 40% from the field and only 27% from the 3-point line. Did shoot 83% from the free throw line, though, which is good, and did not give up very many points, only at 12. So he did outscore his teammate. His total points on the year was 1,111. So that is very impressive indeed. 358 assists. Jason Randall also off the bench here. You see how big of a role our bench played, especially at the guard position once we acquired Jason Terry. Randall had 11.5 points a game, 2 rebounds per game, 4.5 assists per game. So he looks like he's going to be a big building piece moving forward. A little high with the 2.2 turnovers there. Did not shoot as well as we thought he was going to this year. Only 37% from the field, so that's something to be a little concerned about. But he did shoot a nice 34% from 3, which is not the best. Obviously, we expected better, but that's pretty solid. Shot 83% from the free throw line and also 20 minutes a game. Next is Walter Tavares, probably our centerpiece going forward. You see 10.5 points a game and 11.2 rebounds per game. So he did average a double-double this year. Very nice. 1 assist a game to add on to that. And 2.3 blocks per game. Shot an excellent 60% from the field. Shot, I don't think he shot any threes. Shot under 50% from the free throw line. Well, that's where it hurts a bit. Did get a nice solid 25 minutes a game out of him. Mike Toby, a solid center coming off the bench, 9 points a game, barely missed a step offensively when Tavares came out for Toby. Defensively, though, and rebounding-wise, we did miss a little bit as we obviously had 5 less rebounds a game here and a very noticeable less blocks per game. Did shoot 53% from the field. I think he was 1 for 5 on the year from 3, so that was very solid. And an 87% from the free throw line. That might be top 3 on our team. And 17 minutes per game off the bench. Very, very impressive indeed. Next, Lorenzo Brown, starting point guard for us. Only 8.5 points a game. Did average 6.7 assists per game, though. That's big. 1.6 steals. Did lead our team in steals, I am pretty sure. Highest amount of turnovers, though, as well. Shot a terrible percentage from the field, 36%, and 26% from 3. So, as you can see here, shooting is not very good. 73% from the free throw line as well. This is a little bit of a struggle here. Then we go to Tupon. Did have a limited role on the team. Only played in 47 games here. But he did shoot a pretty good 45% from the field as a guard. That is a pretty solid number. Only 28% from 3, though. That obviously hurts us, so we need some shooting. 88% from the free throw line in 13 minutes a game. Very solid. You'll see his total number of points was almost 300. It's very nice coming off the bench as your 5th bench player, I think. So that's very solid. Aaron Harrison right behind him, 6.2 a game. 2 rebounds only, 2.5 assists, so that's where he was nice. And he did shoot a pretty decent percentage, 40% basically from the field and 34% from the 3-point line. So that he did shoot pretty well for his ability. Eric Moreland, I think, appeared in 7 games for us all year. Averaged 5.5 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. Did not have a single assist in those 5 games, so that's a little of a telltale sign. 56% from the field, though, in 3.6 times and 19 shots, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty good. And he shot 85% from the free throw line in his limited attempts, I would assume. Montero started at the end of the year. Did play in all 82 games for us. Did not shoot as well as people thought he was going to coming in with his abilities. 5.5 points a game, 1.5 rebounds a game. Did not have a single offensive rebound. 1 assist a game. It's kind of defensively a little bit of a letdown. Gave up shot 36% from the field, only 24% from 3. That's what really hurt us. I brought him in to be a shooter, couldn't shoot. 82% from the free throw line, though, so that was a very solid number. See the points here, 450, and he did. Let's see here. Where was that opponent? He gave up 5.5 points a game right back, so he didn't help us, he didn't hurt us, just didn't shoot as well as he could have. J.J. O'Brien started a majority of the season, only played in 79 games. We did not play in the last 3 games of the year. Did actually shoot pretty solid from the field, 37%. He was more of a defensive kind of guy. Did not defend as well as we thought he was going to coming in, but he did shoot 33% from the 3-point line, which was impressive to us. Free throws hurt, though. You can't shoot 63% as a small forward. That's hurting our team. You see here he did give up 6.5 points a game instead of his 5.2, so negative there. Greg Smith, very, very good off the bench, 4.8 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 1 block a game. Very, very solid off the bench for us. 55% from the field. Same from the free throw line. Gave us some very solid minutes. RJ Hunter only played in 12 games for us this year. Had a stretch where he played for Terry when he was down and for Harrison when he went down. 4.2 points a game. See, not any assists, I don't think. Rebounds, barely any. He turned the ball over more than he had rebounds and assists combined. So you can't have that. Did shoot 49% from the field, though. let's see how many shots. There's a way to see that. Well, we'll figure that out. Did shoot quite a bit, so, he's 3 shots a game, so 36 about. And he shot almost 50%, so that's a pretty good percentage there. Did shoot 100% from the free throw line in 7 minutes a game for us. Terrell Eddy started at the beginning of the year. We thought he was going to be our starting small forward. Happened to be 15 to 20 games through, I believe. We pulled him from the starting role. Did play in all 82, though. Averaged the least amount of points on the team. Did average 2.5 rebounds a game. Did struggle to shoot the ball over, though. 28% from 3, 34% from the field overall. 83% from the free throw line. That's when he did get quite a bit of his minutes, was end of game situations. We're up by 1, we're down by 1, we need free throw shooters. So that's when he played a big role. Here we go, we can look at the season awards here. MVP this year was LeBron James for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then Rookie of the Year did go to Ben Simmons of the 76ers. Mason Plumlee, surprisingly, wins Sixth Man of the Year here. He had a very solid year for them. Defensive Player also went to LeBron James, a big reason why he got the MVP award. Most improved was Jeremy Lin in his first season on the Brooklyn Nets. All-NBA first team, you see here we had Davis, Westbrook, Wall, James, and Cousins. Second team, Nicholas Batum really surprised me. James Harden, Karl Anthony Towns, Damian Lillard, Kawhi Leonard. Then All-NBA third team, you had Draymond Green, Carmelo Anthony, Jimmy Butler, DeRozan, and Whiteside. Notice there is no Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, or Kevin Durant on any of these lists. All defensive first team, you see here James, Wall, Green, Westbrook, Whiteside. Second team, you got Kansas City Knights. Tony Allen did slip in there. Very impressive for Knights. Had a good pick with him. Kawhi Leonard also, obviously, Anthony Davis, Drummond, and Jimmy Butler. All rookie first team. You had Brogdon for the Surf, Embiid, Dario Saric for the Sixers, Ben Simmons for the Sixers, and Brandon Ingram. So you see 3 Sixers on the all-rookie first team. Very, very bright future there indeed. Second team, you got Willie Hernan Gomez, Keith Elder for the Surf, Brooklyn Nets. You got Isaiah Whitehead. You got Buddy Hield for the Kings, who they acquired for DeMarcus Cousins, obviously. And you got Chasen Randall from your Pittsburgh Phantoms making the list. Coach of the Year did go to Tyronn Lue. MVP is where we're back. So that is nice. You see the league leaders, points per game, rebounds a game. Crazy number there for Whiteside. Wall led the league in assists a game. Wall also led the league with an insane amount, 4.5 steals a game. See if there's anything that even comes close to that throughout the league history. So far, the highest I'm seeing is 3.7 here in 85. Nothing beats 3.7, so that's pretty crazy here. Blocks a game this year. He had 2.6 for DeAndre Jordan. Kind of a down year from last year's Whiteside with 3.7 minutes a game. You see your Westbrook led the league in minutes per game. Hall of Fame inductees. See, obviously no one has been inducted yet. So now we can simulate the round here. See who moves on. Utah is taken. Utah upsets number 1 seed Los Angeles Clippers. Big upset. Golden State Warriors did beat the Portland Trail Blazers rather easily. Houston went on to beat Memphis as well. See on this side, Cleveland destroyed Indiana, no doubt about that. Boston, 4/5, took them easily. New York Knicks, they're the 3rd seed, somehow slipped into the playoff race that well. Dismantled the Hornets, and you see the Raptors here, for a lack of a better word, rate the Chicago Bulls. Now let's see if the Utah Jazz can continue their playoff luck. Oh, they're up 3. They blew a 3-1 lead on the San Antonio Spurs. You got Golden State beating Houston, Toronto dismantling the Knicks, and Cleveland absolutely destroying Boston. Let's simulate this round here. So for the Golden State Warriors sweep San Antonio, the 3 versus the 4, and Toronto absolutely destroys Cleveland. Let's see who will win. Golden State is the NBA champions. MVP, 40 minutes a game. Kevin Durant, obviously big time signing there for them. See here. .39 points, 19 boards in a closeout game. Draymond Green, where all the way down here, did not have a crazy impact, but obviously a big reason why they were able to make it this far. And now we're up to June 26th. Now, thank you for watching that, and I'll let you go.